Hello and welcome to this, your Virgo September 2025 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel St. James Clairvoyant. Well, this month, to help us with our predictions and look at what your state of mind may be about things, we have a deck called the William Blake Tarot, I think it's called. William Blake deck, anyway. Now, William Blake was an Englishman who lived, I think he died around about 1820. He was a poet and he was a painter, amongst other things, presumably. And as is so often the case with artists during his lifetime, I think he was somewhat ahead of his time, can I put it that way? And everybody just thought he was crazy. But as is so often the case with artists as well, it's not until after he was dead that people worked out what great value there was in his work, and particularly his poetry, which has a lot of mysticism in it, as well as his paintings, interestingly enough. Also quite mystical, I think. So we may get some mystical insights along the way here. Depends what comes up. Now, as a clairvoyant, you know that I can provide you with a clairvoyant reading wherever you happen to be in the world. They're charged for. The details are in the description. Now, what I do not charge for, and which is provided for free, is the spiritual gift of healing. Now, it might just be that you have some grief or sorrow that you can't get over, emotional problems, something carried over from when you were a little child. Could be some physical issues, it could be business issues, you know. So if it's calling out to you, please take advantage of it. Now, there are no video advertisements breaking their way into this content, and so you get to enjoy the experience direct and see what there is now, shall we? Get it underway. Angel of Painting. Ace of Science. Very good, Ace of Science, I suppose. I don't know what it means yet. There's the Sun. Well, I do know what that means. Let's have a look here. Three of Science. What else is there? Let's have a look and see what there is. Go in here and take this for you, which is the Seven of Poetry. So, why don't you come and sit down here next to me? I'll bring the camera around so that everybody else can see as well. And together, we'll look to see what these cards can reflect of the cosmic energy swirling around you now while I do the reading for you. Such good things coming to you this divine blessing, divine protection is really what's at the heart of this for you this month. Let's have a look here first at this painting, which, well, there's an old guy there going through a book. Look, I think what you'll be doing is you will be getting and remembering new knowledge. It's pure mental understanding that you'll have that neither judges but it just records and retains, and you'll accumulate that information without any emotion or judgment of it. And it's as if you're sort of balanced in the midst of ideas for their own sake, absorbing information, taking it in, churning it around, one stream of information coming in, but a number of outputs going through. Now, a lot of Aquarius, Pisces, and Capricorn here. This is, as I say, for you, a time of great intellectual clarity, original thinking, brilliant powers of thought. This divine inspiration, I just can't get away from it. Quick fire thoughts and actions with you here. I think what's also going to happen is that you are going to get a new perspective, particularly on yourself and on life in general, that previously was unclear or not put together, and you're going to be able to get to the heart of matters. You're coming up with a new vision, and you'll have a will to pursue opportunities which really do draw upon your creative and mental abilities. On that top horizontal, I also had the sense of the supernatural, the other worlds, or more particularly the extended reality here. Here you are in the midst of renewal, I think. Renewal. The only danger I see with this, which is particularly great energy for here, is these new ideas that you come up with don't remain in the clouds with them, but turn them into something tangible. I get very much the Archangel Raphael around here for you. Our Raphael is the guardian of the physical world and is specifically concerned with healing and forgiving yourself and understanding of who you are and providing comfort to you. Raphael, of course, was the counselor to Adam and Eve in Paradise Lost. I think that Raphael is bringing a lot of healing and renewal to you. Now, for some reason also I'm getting the signs of Taurus, Gemini and Aries around here. Look, at this period you are unmistakably going to be beautiful and strong, pregnant with life. Generous, kind, and benevolent, I suspect. You will be bringing the divine into the earth. Now, I do think that you might hear of a pregnancy or a birth. It could also be the birth of new ideas, which is not unsurprising given this. This is representing a very productive time after what might have been something of a barren stretch for you. Marriage is also around here. Something new is entering into your life, so prepare yourself. I suppose you need to ask yourself, what must you do in order to be ready for something new to come into your life? But say this as a truth statement: I am now ready for the new beauty in my life. Now, with this Raphael comforting energy coming around here and the picture of the female or girl, what's coming through? I might refer to females as girls. Well, compared to me, everyone's younger than me, so I'll refer it to girls. The concept that is coming through is really for the girls who have the tendency to stay up at night listening to music that reminds them of their current situation, who hide behind their fears, hurt, pain, and tears under the smiles, laughs, and giggles on a daily basis. The girls who wear their heart on their sleeve. The girls who pray that things will work out just once and they'll be satisfied. The girls who scream and cry into their pillows because everybody else fails to listen. The girls who have so many secrets but won't tell a soul. The girls who have made mistakes and regrets as a daily thing. The girls that never win. The girls that stay up all night thinking about that one boy or girl, as the case may be, and hoping that they'll notice her one day. The girls who take life as it comes. To the girls who are hoping that it will get better somewhere down the road. For the girls who love with all their heart, although it always gets broken. To the girls who think it's over. To real girls. To all girls. Understand this. You are enough. You are lovable. And you are beautiful. Now, what was there? There was a particularly great central energy, as I recall. Now, I said I wouldn't go into the art, I think, didn't I? But I can't help thinking that this looks like a figure of the Jesus, and that looks like John the Baptist, but I won't go into it. This, of course, is the sun. And this is saying that there is a highly creative energy with you at this time, an awareness, fulfilled love relationship, a great wisdom, transformation, moving, changing, moving on from the past, understanding your worth and moving on from the past. If I was to sum this up in one word, that word would be yes. There's a sense of prosperity around here as well. Look, I've got to say it, I'm also getting marriage or people moving in with each other as well. And this is a time of success and good fortune for you, optimism and happiness. In many respects, it's a turning point to the better. Now, the sun, of course, is the source of life. And it represents success and abundance. And this is going to follow you in your life at present. The energy here is going to get you through any tough times and move you on to a better place. The sun is going to illuminate your path after what you think could be something of a trying time. So it's a great time now for you to embrace your goals and give it everything you've got. Because if you have had tough times, things are going to get better. Now, I look at these little children down here, probably twins or something like that. Be childlike and remove layers of negativity that might be overlaying on you. Children don't have any negativity. They don't even know what it means. This is a time when you could move mountains. I mean, it's difficult to overstate it in connection with this card and this here, but the fulfillment of your wishes is possible here and now. So just relax and give yourself up to it. But ask yourself, what task or project is on the agenda for you now? Get on with it. And visualize the light and warmth of the sun in your chest and heart. And for the next few days, remind yourself several times daily that the sun is shining in and through you. I'll just make a comment about the sun and shining in and through you. Now you can see this circle here. Well, if you look at the astrological glyph of the sun, it is a point surrounded by with a circumference, like a circle around it, isn't it? And the circumference is what surrounds the point. Now, here's the interesting thing. In reality, there is no such thing as a point in physics or in nature, nor in nature is there any such thing as a circle. Things look like it, they come to it, but there is not one. They are constructs. Now, the point represents the fountainhead of divine energy. The circle around it represents manifestation. If you were to remove the circle, that circumference would go away as well, because it wouldn't be surrounding anything. Everything would disappear. But also say this to yourself, that I work well in teamwork situations. I enjoy making contribution to group efforts because I am a cooperative person. I am in harmony with the divine light which fills and guides me. Now, what do we have here? See, this is leading to that. I can see it already. Boldness, poetry. Words, I suppose. Look, I can see Venus ruling the third decan of Scorpio here. I also have Venus in the number 7. So there's a double Venus influence. Now, Venus is actually the most occult of the planets. I won't go into it, but it's very, very interesting. But in short, Venus is the planet of love. And Scorpio, well, that's about intensity and in-depth transformation and exploration of yourself and other people. Now, with a double Venus, that is Venus in Scorpio and the number 7 having Venus to it, incidentally, number 7 here for me in this context also refers to victory. So there is further victory and success for you, quite in addition to this thing here. There can be a sense that what a moment ago was a source of lust and enjoyment has now lost its attractiveness, as Venus is in detriment in Scorpio, and it can't really express itself. And I've got to say, this can sometimes result in overeating or over drinking or something like that. Anyway, some sort of a change in lifestyle, which is probably not great. So just keep an eye on that, would you please? I suspect here that there has been a time where what's arising for you is that you have tried to historically cover up old wounds. But this tactic hasn't helped, because after every overeating, binging, if you like, or a way of trying to escape or wimp out of dealing with the situation, there's a problem there that rises up again all too clearly. It colours your thinking, and that produces a sort of a stagnation of emotional energy. Now, this could be a situation, it could be a person. Now, I've got to say, and I say this with respect, of course, that, and I think this is, again, is this divine sort of influence coming through, and it's asking you to look at the stuff there. Venus, of course, is here for your good, even though it gets whacked by being in Scorpio, which is about transformation, as I say. And so you are going through a transformative period, and you're going to be cutting things and letting things go. I think that the time has come to lay down baggage that you have been carrying with you from the past, and to leave behind all the struggling, aggravation and regret and emotional distress that came with it. Now, you will be set free, and you're going to journey into a balanced, healthy, rewarding future. Do you know that sometimes, I think, with you, it can seem as though you and your past are one, and sometimes you can fail to make the difference between what has happened to you and who you are today. And if you have a hard time getting beyond that damaging mindset, then this is also encouraging you right now. You are not your past. Although you have changed and been shaped by past experiences, who you were yesterday does not control the person you are today, or the potential that you have to be tomorrow. And what this is also saying, particularly as a diagonal with this card here and this knowledge card here, if you have ever felt hopeless, hang on. The night that you are enduring may seem long, but there is joy coming in the morning. Incredible changes are going to take place in your life, as we have seen here. And particularly as you begin to give up your past and to renew and honor your present. I'll also say this, because of this divine influence which is also around here, is that one of the great things about life is that you can start over, this is saying. Now, with the beloved, there are always new beginnings and second chances. The beloved specializes in giving you a fresh start. Now, while you might feel kind of overwhelmed at times and held back by painful memories, haunting fears of things like remorse or even shame or guilt, the beloved's power in your present life is not limited by what took place in your past. But when you are manipulated by your painful memories, you allow your past to control your future. But when you give the controls to the beloved, amazing things will happen in your life. You can start now and have a brand new ending. Now, this transformatory period, I think, that you're going through here, which has been foretold, everything finalizes itself in this, which is, I don't think it is about jealousy, but we'll see. What I see here is Saturn in the second decan of Libra. Look, that's okay for you because Saturn is exalted in Libra, but there could be a tear or two following on from this period, but never be afraid to shed a tear, because your tears wash the dust from around your heart. Now, Saturn, of course, look at these people seem to be freeing themselves. This guy's they're broken their chains, this kid and this woman, and this one here is just coming through into it. Saturn is a really good teacher, you see, in this context. And it makes all impurities visible. It blocks all comfortable avenues of escape and wimping out. And it's also reminding you that a brooding, distrustful outlook must be recognized clearly as negative energy, which separates you from your origin. And you know where that is. This could also refer to a tension-loaded, three-sided relationship. There's a triangularity going on, and this energy is coming in to explode it or destroy it. Now, this is something to pay attention to, because this situation will demand clear decisions, and any attempt to avoid them will cause sorrow and worry. But that Saturn figure sometimes in here can bring about doubt or feelings of restriction, or am I able to do it? Look, to expand yourself in order to fulfill your destiny, you have got to go past the fence of fear, doubt, and negativity. And you can do these things to change yourself and set yourself free from the past. And don't have any doubts, because whenever you find yourself doubting whether you can face another battle, simply remember of the doubts that you had in the past and how difficult future battles seemed to be then. And now you can look to where you are now and see everything that you have faced and all the battles you have won. Now, all of those had a common theme. You overcame fear, or rather than succumbing to it. Yeah, you can sometimes have some self-doubts, maybe for a moment, but you never let that stop you, did you? So you can do the same. Now, in the context of this moving on, for some reason this is coming up as well, is that sometimes it takes a heartbreak to shake you awake. And in that context, let me just say this, that if you spend your time hoping someone will suffer the consequences for what they did to your heart, then you're allowing them to hurt you a second time in your mind. But just as these people here are doing by taking this hammer and actively taking action, you must make a decision that you're going to move on. It won't happen automatically. You'll have to rise up and say, I don't care how hard this is. I don't care how disappointed I was. I am not going to let this get the better of me, because I'm moving on with my life. And remember that letting go doesn't mean that you have to stop caring about someone anymore. It's just realizing that the only person you really have any control over is yourself. And finally, I just want to quickly say this about, because these people are all in a relationship here. Look, lots of things can be fixed. Things can be fixed. But many times, relationships between people cannot be fixed because they should not be fixed. You're aboard a train that's heading in that direction, and the other person has got on a boat that's sailing off to the sea. So you just can't be with each other anymore, because you shouldn't be, and give that relationship back to God so that you can live out your purpose in this life. What a fantastic spread of cards for you. Made so much better for you being here.
Well, I really enjoyed your company during that, and I'm sure that you will have enjoyed the reading as much as I did providing it to you. Now, unless I see you in the meantime, either for a clairvoyant reading or for a healing, then I'll see you here again next month. And until then, though, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.